Murry right here. We got Madman Mark Moses that we're doing an interview and pretty much just his fight synopsis with, going through all of his fights. We've been through quite a few already, his entire Street Beefs career. We are back live and moisturized. For those in the know, they know. All right, so we're about to start right now with Cage Wars 50, which is a landmark Cage Wars because 50 if anything is landmark. Cage Wars being based out of Schenectady, New York, which is upstate New York for the ignorant people that don't understand that New York is more than just New York City. Schenectady, New York, upstate New York.
I got there.
Which happens to be, in my opinion, and not just my oh so humble opinion, but quite a few million people's opinions, that this is the epitome of amateur mixed martial arts. The production is very, very good. You've had people like Mike Tyson here. I mean, this is it. You have a shot if you really go for it.
At the very least, looked at. Let's not
exactly. Scouts will be checking you out. Yeah. This is where you want to be, where you want to be fighting. If you're a premier athlete in the mixed martial arts amateur division, this is we're going to start here the fight. But first, before we do, I need to preface a couple things. Mark, at this point, you are completely homeless, like homeless definition of homeless, because you're sleeping and living in your car, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Still making gear?
No.
Okay.
At this point, trying to, but like it's hard when you're just in your car, you know.
Definitely a bit of a low period in the life. Yet another. How's the health though at this point?
The health is pretty rough. Like I'm coming out of a week removed from this fight. I'm coming out of the hospital with COVID and pneumonia and an undiagnosed heart condition.
How'd you get cleared to fight?
Because to let you in on the Iggy.
On the Iggy.
You get cleared before, like you only have to get your blood work done and your physical done once a year in the amateurs.
Yes,
you don't have to before every fight. So that's how it happened.
Boom.
I got cleared and then I got sick and it was all over.
And it happens. Exactly. Yeah, that's a lethal combination that you had too.
But still we show up. That's the whole deal.
Always.
Still, if you're booked, you get there. You make it happen.
Yes, especially that close to the fight. You've been training. Your opponent's been training a certain way, been cutting certain weights. I mean, it ain't no game. It's real life. Also, at this point, you mentioned in the previous that you had a kind of an online fighters community, people helping a group of fighters. I know I was involved in that at the beginning when it started. I was part of that group.
Yes, sir.
Is that kind of how you were able to get into Cage Wars, coming from Street Beefs and
indirectly? More Cage Wars got in touch with me,
okay,
because of the Street Beefs numbers. Because like I had made my name, like for better or worse, for winning for losing, whatever that's worth for. The $1 Million Man. You know, like the million view man here. You know, that's when they got in contact. Because Wicks, he had 5 opponents pull out before me. Nobody wanted to fight this giant. Wicks, 6'5", like near 400 pounder.
Yes,
like
legitimate giant people. This man is huge. I have met this man. He is ginormous.
Big. And they called the one a man with a reputation crazy enough to take any fight anywhere, and that's what I built my name on. You know, was just somebody who will, and it's like fucking just tell me when to be there, and I'll be there. I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely, and that is why we're about to check out Cage Wars 50. Madman Mark Moses versus Wicks in the super heavyweight division. Was it super heavyweight or heavyweight? Did they have a super heavyweight?
This is the super heavyweight division.
This is super heavyweight division. In other words, two meat on meat. For those that are wrestling fans and know the meat thing, it's meat on meat. Big boys slinging leather, looking for the KOs. Let's start this hoe right now at 3, 2, 1, go. January 21st, 2022. So this is post-COVID panic, right? there are fans, there are crowd. It's a crowd in this one.
Yes, this is immediately post-COVID. This is like
Yes.
one of the first events.
Another reason it's so big. Yes.
And they had. Let me.
Big boy in this one.
Yeah,
I see it. Look at you smooching to the camera like, "What's up?" We do a little wink, that classic wink you got. I saw.
I'm feeling good. Good. Delirious.
And again, maybe not health-wise, but this is Cage Wars, so you're getting the best production value you've been in. I'm sure even the endorphins, the anxiety, oh my God, this is probably sick. No matter how sick you feel, you've got to have some kind of woo-wee. This is it, boy.
Dude, you ain't kidding. And to sell it even more, we got Dan Murgliotta of UFC fame repping this.
I mean, come on.
Awesome. And so, like, I'm coming out to Stone Cold Steve Austin here.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme music. I am hated. Which, if you don't have your sound up when you're watching this with us, I am getting booed out.
Yeah, I have my sound down, and that's all I can hear is a hum.
I have never, like, I explain it to wrestlers and shit too. It's like when I walked out, since the entrances are so long here, I'm gonna take the time to expound on something.
Go for it. You're good. Keep on going.
Like walking out, man. They apparently Street Beef people came like from Virginia to watch me get my ass kicked because I was so well hated. And I walk out to a chorus of "fuck you." Boo! It's like, I don't think any wrestler to this day has experienced on a small indie level the amount of hate. 5,000 people booing the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't nothing like that, brother.
Yeah.
That'll change
that experience. Oh man.
That'll change perception. That'll change your perception of all things. But Jarrell Wicks is a person after the fight, right there. Because he respected me for showing up regardless. His team, most of them, all okay guys. Some of them go fuck themselves. They know who.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, big boy here. I'm gonna find to him. We all see it. We all see what we could be commenting on. We all see it.
Yep.
And I'll comment on it anyway. I was telling him before the fight, dude needs to wear a bra to the cage. He's offending small children. I love the guy.
I wouldn't even say nothing. I mean, that's a big boy. That's just a big boy in general. When you're that big, that size, it's got to be somewhere.
I guess so. I suppose.
I'm trying to be the civilized, nice Madman for this one, okay? I'm the face, you're the heel. Let's keep that shit straight right now. For now.
Yeah, this was wild, man. Like, this Cage Wars 50, from what I understand, too, this was the first Cage Wars that was sold out.
And they had more people there in this one than I've been to a couple myself, and they definitely brought in a lot more seats, and woo-wee, boy.
When Madman started showing up, the crowd started going down. Now, I'm not going to say that's directly, I'm not going to say 1 = 1, but,
There we go. We got this. In this one, you went by the Steel City Madman.
Throughout the entire of my Cage War stint was Steel City Madman because I was the only guy from Pittsburgh too. I was making a big old trek, representing.
Hey, so that everyone back home was cheering and going for you. Whether love or hate you, it's Steel City. You're the only one representing Pittsburgh.
I tell you what, though, after this fight, though, I feel like I meant a little more in New York than I did in Pittsburgh. Anytime.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
Shout
just
out
because.
To New York then for that one. We appreciate the love, guys.
Damn, we were ready.
What was that all about right there? Wicks coming out at the beginning and Dan having to set him back. Was he talking shit or what was that about?
We were both talking shit. We're jarring back and forth. Like, we're ready to fight.
Okay, here we go. Went ahead and touched gloves. Surprising. He threw that front kick. Didn't mean nothing. You went for a shot. Which the size. Look at this size difference. I wouldn't have shot at all. I would have got in close and did right there what you're doing right now with that dirty boxing. Gets to land some uppercuts and body shots. I mean, even with the big old body, people, you get enough shots to those big old bodies, they lose that wind. They can't move. Good knee by Wicks, though.
That one was good. That one was better. That one
right hand, but then you start teeing off. Looks like you might get him. You hear the crowd coming to life, crowd. And then Wicks catches you with a couple straight unanswered, about 4 right there. Definitely rocked you a little bit. You're just throwing. You finally cover the fuck up. Eat a knee to the body. You're still throwing head down though. You're eating a few more strikes, man. Uppercut misses. Right hand lands, but you're still coming forward. Like damn.
Can't breathe either.
Body shots ain't helping you breathe any better. Good uppercut. That was a beautiful right uppercut. A follow through would have been even better, but you can tell you were so gassed and it stops the fight. You tell Dan, I can't breathe. I can't fucking breathe.
No, they had to bring in the oxygen tank and then went to the hospital afterwards, you know, like, but I was proud of what I was able to do.
Bro, honestly, rewatching it again, best fight. For the health for now, and especially knowing the health that you were in. I mean, I still like the DB from TB. I thought, that was probably your best street beefs, in my opinion. The riskies weren't bad, but I did like your will to fight and your performance against DB a little bit better. With this one, regardless, either you had your moments that you shine. We've seen worse in UFC where people get out there and get beat the fuck up, but then they land those couple of strikes, come back and win the fight. It happens all the fucking time. Just because you're eating strikes at the beginning of a fight doesn't mean it's over for that person eating the strikes. You never know. You never went down. He didn't drop you. That's a big boy catching the shit out of you, man. You got the replay here going. You seeing those unanswered strikes there towards the end of the fight when you were just so gassed, but you're still throwing. And that's I know that's the Madman and brother. Plus, I love the gear you made yourself.
Yes, like that was the last thing I made before I was fully like not with a place to stay. I was staying in a basement. A friend of mine.
And you see Dan right there when you stopped it, and Dan's kind of smirking and smiling at you. Like, what was he telling you? Was he saying "Great job, big boy," or what was he?
Oh, no, they're all telling me that was the right move because they all knew my.
Okay.
They all knew my circumstances, but they wanted the fight.
Okay.
Jarrell had so many people pull out.
Well, you know what? Shout out then to Cage Wars for that working with a fighter, knowing that shit happens. Even though when you put in the work, you can still fight. You can still fight. Obviously, they came in. They were safe. You were smart for once, and you stopped it when you knew you needed to. They came in. They helped you. You went to the hospital regardless, but just the fact they came in and stopped you, checked on you. Made sure they got you some oxygen, had everything on hand. Good uppercut. That uppercut jacked his jaw straight up, man. The follow through would have been beautiful because he stepped back and gathered himself in the middle of the cage, octagon right there. I think that was due to the uppercut. Personally, that uppercut was right on point.
Every time I touched him, the man felt it. I can tell you that right now. You can't touch a man that big and not feel the vibrations, he went backwards every time I could touch him. If I had wind, that's the whole thing about me in my career. Why I always say it's like I may never be as good as I could have been, but one time I will be as good as I'd ever been. And I always had a circumstance beat me down. This is what started to keep me going no matter what.
Yeah.
Was this fight ending this way, knowing I could have done more, knowing that like I'm beating me at this point in life and in the cage. I'm beating me.
Absolutely.
And they're all celebrating like they conquered some great hero. So I'm happy to give him that moment, though. I tell you what, like conquered some great villain anyway.
And that's what made it a special moment. Is Cage Wars 50. It's immediately post-COVID, so people are psyched to be watching some live MMA again and be there. And the fact that they really thought, shit, we're going to have to scrap an entire fight. And for a promoter, that is a nightmare. And Jarrell Wicks having so many people drop out before that, you stepping in, brother, with your health conditions, being homeless, with all those conditions, I give you your flowers, brother, even if nobody else will. Okay, so I understand that. I want to segue right into the next Cage Wars. We got Cage Wars 51, consecutive Cage Wars appearance for you. Mark Moses versus, refresh me my memory in this guy's name.
Austin Brown.
There it is.
Another big boy, big giant. Another 6'3", 6'5", something like that.
So another super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight fights. All these fights are super heavyweight fights.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. We'll go right into this one. We're at 1 second in on the video. I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1. For those watching, go.
Go.
You got Austin Brown walking down to the cage, man. Yeah, you can't tell, again, in these videos and pictures, the sheer enormity of these guys unless you're there in person. It looks like a big boy.
Dude,
Looks like Tommaso Ciampa. I don't know that guy right there. I don't know his name. I apologize, brother, for not shouting you out. I've met you several times. I'm horrible with names. The guy with the mohawk right there putting the Vaseline on him. Yeah, one of his students knocked me clean the fuck out in my second fight. Great guy, Gabriel Trashkovic. Again, if I butcher his name, I apologize. Clean head kick. I didn't see it coming. Thought he was going for my leg again. Straight knocked me the fuck out. Shout out to him. If I remembered his name. If you do, go ahead and shout him out, brother, unless you can't stand that motherfucker. And now I alienated myself.
I was gonna say what I was gonna say was I'm glad one of us has like nice things to say, because at this point, like I have nothing bad to say about Austin Brown. His team and his girl can suck a big one and a bag of ones too.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, nah, just mouthy fuckers, you know, like just that's all. Fucking I'm sure if I met them now when I'm not fighting their boy, it would be all good, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So Big Tasty is what he went by. Big Tasty.
Love the nickname. Love the nickname. It's hilarious.
You can tell the size by him now if you know anything about cages. His head is up over the fucking cage here.
This might be your tallest opponent, or one of your tallest opponents for sure.
Him and DB, I think, are like right around there. This one,
here you go.
They gave me the star treatment because now they love me. Now they love me.
You got a great entry. You got the lights went out. What music were you coming out to here, brother? I can't really hear it. I have it down low.
Hellraiser by Lemmy and Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, fantastic. Great choice.
Contemplating changing the name to Hellraiser Madman, like for what Razor spelled with out of tribute to Scott Hall. You can see my gear when I come out.
Yeah.
And the I made for all my guys walking out with me, all in tribute.
Love it. Love that lit. Now there, you look like, and you're probably not. You look like you're in the best shape right here. I love the way the gear looks.
Here, I'm coming out of jail. I'm 1 week out of jail.
Okay.
I know we didn't cover that beforehand, but I forgot to tell you that.
That's all right.
I'm 1 week out of jail. This is when I started to get healthy. Started to get my life back together.
Sometimes jail can do that. Sometimes you have nothing but time. You work out. You contemplate. You think things over. Sometimes the best thing can happen to you.
Well, this is where, like, I would say I was getting to it before the heart issues came. We'll cover that as that comes up.
There's the wink.
Like with the wink. Always the wink to the
always. You know what? I love everybody has their little thing. The Rock raised an eyebrow. You can go ahead and do a little wink in there. You know, there it is.
Yeah, man. So I look pretty good for this fight. I tell you what, but I had some bad advice coming into this fight.
Okay.
And I'll tell you as it comes, to ignore my grappling, which is my strong suit. And you'll see this fight. It's a complete ignoral of all my grappling ability.
Love the gear, though.
Gear's on point for this one. And UFN. I was working with my boy there, Andre, the Ugly Boss. He started a street beef version of street beefs up in Connecticut called Ugly Fight Nights, and I was working with them, you know, just for promotional purposes, because I not for any money, nothing like that, just because I believe in the kid. I believe in the kid, you know what I mean? Okay. And so here, man, Mike Falvo.
You got the introduction, man. You got the badass introduction by Mike Falvo.
Nobody does. I throw up the they look like rock and roll signs, but it's actually the ugly sign and the Wolfpack sign that I throw up here whenever they announce the names. You see there the differences.
How'd that feel to get that introduction like that? You got to come out second, red corner, Cage Wars.
Red corner every time after this, man. Red corner. Awesome. Friggin' awesome. Felt great, man. Like felt vindicated, you know, like at least a little bit, you know, but I still have that.
Still searching that win. Regardless. I know. I'm a fighter too. I know you're still searching that win. Regardless. In regards to everything that's gone on, You love to go out there and perform. And we'll get right into it. Man, you throw some great combination strikes, fastest your hands have looked. You tag him with like 3 or 4, which is a testament to his chin. And then you start throwing them knees, man. Dirty boxing. Love the dirty boxing in the clinch. Dirty boxing, body shots, overhand rights. I mean, constant motion. He's not liking. He's trying to push you forward. He's trying to get that trip on in you a few times. It looks like you ain't going nowhere.
No, sir. Like, that's the whole thing about this fight, too. Like, it was 2 men just like trading one for ones.
Good swivel. I mean, you spun a damn near 400-pound man. You know, big old boy. You spun him. He still got you up against the cage.
Yeah, because at this point I'm a little gassed. Just for sheer cardio purposes. This fight, I blame no heart conditions. I blame no health conditions. This one was sheer cardio purposes.
Sheer just cardio fuck up on your part.
Why? And why I accepted the cage. He needs me.
Boom. Great straight left right there. Straight left when he had you up against the cage.
And I'm gonna count with you when the low blows start coming. We're gonna count.
Yep.
But these blows are coming.
There's one.
No, that's not from me.
That wasn't. That looked low to me. That's a body. Okay.
Body. 2. You see it.
Oh, yeah. 3. Yeah, there it is right there. Boom. 2 right in the row. There's the third one right to the dick. You give him a right overhand. Body shots. So you've been hitting the dick 3 times at this point.
Yes, sir.
There's a 4th that looked like might have been.
I slid out of my cup after one of them.
Ooh.
And one of them pinched, the old boy.
Oh.
As the blow came in. Because I didn't know you could call, I was like, the ref's supposed to call the low blow, not me. You know what I mean? And this is me not knowing shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I see he's got a great Muay Thai plum on you. He's just not bringing his knees back or up far enough. That's why he keeps hitting you in the dick with them. He's not bringing them up like he should. He should have a little bit wider, or his base should be back more instead of straight up. He should have his legs back more so he can bring them higher with more torque. Were you not allowed to do knees to the head in Cage Wars?
No knees to the head.
Okay.
And no elbows either. I'd have been throwing some elbows.
Right. Yeah, and that's finally, you got enough dick shots that
I was about to pass out and throw up right there. That hurt. That hurt really, really bad. I didn't know you could take 5 minutes either.
I was about to ask that. I'm about to ask if you took the full 5.
If I would have known that, I would have taken the full 5, and this fight would have went a whole lot different.
Right.
But I'm hearing from my corners who don't know shit either, yelling at me like, you can go. And I'm like, yeah, they're asking me. They're like, you got hit in the nuts like 8 times. That's what Dan's saying. He's like, you got hit in the balls a lot. Like,
well, damn, Dan, call it, motherfucker. We love you, but shit.
Fucking A. You can see me. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Like you just got off a horse. Yeah, you should not. Oh man, you should have took the full. You barely took a minute.
Barely.
At least 2.5. Fuck, brother. Let the boys drop back down out your throat.
And here we go.
He tries to go for the trip. Nope, he fails. Puts you up against the cage. Here we go. He's gonna try to get that clinch again. He's all right. There's another knee to the dick. Right off the bat, the first knee looked like a knee to the dick.
Yeah, it was. I could feel it less because the cup was back in place. I adjusted it. So, and I just wanted to punch it. I was so mad at the dick shots. I didn't want to call the next dick shot. I was kind of like, I want to punch this fucker in the face.
And Dan just called because what, unanswered, unprotected. Why did Dan exactly call it?
End of the round. We're going into the second round here.
That's right. We had the in between because of the dick shot. My bad. That threw me off for a second there with the pause. Yeah. Okay. That's the end of the round. Good. I was like, why? Shouldn't be stopping.
No, this one. I'll cover the way this one ends when it ends.
Okay.
It's an accumulation thing.
Yeah.
You'll see when it happens. It's a lot of unanswered, and he could measure the chin.
Yeah.
But this is my first foyer into round number 2.
Round number dose. Look at that. He's made it to Cage Wars, people. Homeless, putting in the work where he can, and he's in fucking round. I only made it to round 2 in one of my fights, so there you go, brother. I mean, you've done what a lot of people ain't even be able to do, especially your size, to get to round 2. That's a lot. Whew.
Hey, dude, you ain't lying. But there ain't no shame in getting. No matter how long you're in there, when you're in there, it's all on how you go down. If you go down, it's all in like what happens. Did you go down coming at the fucker? What did you do?
You come out with a couple leg kicks. Again, all he wanted to get in that clinch, and you're peppering him. Yep. Then
I'm hitting him good too. He doesn't like it at all.
He's got his head back, held up high, trying to just keep you at bay with that Muay Thai plum. And there's uppercuts, range, and he finally lands one in on you that's going to drop you down. And then you go down. And
then I just started to get like real weird. And
fucking, you can't even get up. They have to cut off you because you can't even stand up. Now, I'm gonna ask you, and we can edit this, we can cut this if you want, or whatever. I gotta know, was any of that kayfabe? Was any of that, all right, I've already lost, let's make it look better than it is? Or could you not stand on your feet and all that?
I could not stand for the first one. That's when I fell. The second one, I went to try and like jump to my feet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like try to like
I'm okay.
Yeah, and it just didn't happen for me. So I laid there for a little longer after the second one, just to kind of like catch my breath and fucking wallow in my self-pity, type deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I ain't cutting nothing. This is all good, because that's what a lot of people try to get me on. It's like, was that a real knockout or did you take a dive? It's like, nah, man, he hit me, my legs left me.
I don't doubt at all that uppercut, that when you fell, that it was done. I'm just asking about the getting up part before they cut off. The couple times you tried to get up and you fell, and then you fell again. Was any of that just for spectacle, or was it legit? You couldn't get the fuck up, man. You were done. He had done tagged you. You were tired.
The first one was legit. The first one was like, I really just wanted to stand up, and I couldn't stand up. Like the knockout hit me later, like it was delayed. Like I was like,
right.
And then when I came to right away, and I wanted to get up really fast, I wanted to get up. And then when I fell down again, I was just like, this is pathetic. And I just like kind of laid there and was like,
definitely had hit the lows at that point. You were down on yourself. You had started into the spiral, like, fuck, man, why am I even doing this? You started questioning yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I still made sure I got up, though, and showed the sportsmanship. So that was a pretty wild one, man. Pretty wild one.
It was. And with that, everybody, yes, once again, Moments with Madman is going to be right back. We got to take a quick break. We will be back with you with 2 more. And the 2 final, I believe, Cage Wars fights from Madman Mark Moses with your host, with the absolute most for tonight, Madman Murry. We'll be back real soon.